we're very aware that teachers and schools who are early adopters at the moment have welcomed their children in, and they're thinking, how am I going to baseline these children in my reception class? I'm not talking about the DFE baseline. So previously, schools may have chosen the 30-50 age band as secure, as the ones they wanted all those children to be at the beginning of reception. Can you give some advice for those reception teachers now, with the new Development Matters documents? How are they going to baseline those children in the next 2 or 3 weeks?
So I think I'm going to answer that question by first of all taking a bit of a step back and saying that in conversations around children's levels of development when they start reception, when there are discussions going on about things like, are they emerging 30 to 50? Are they secure 30 to 50? Are they exceeding 30 to 50? I think those are really unhelpful ways of thinking about children, because
Absolutely.
Who's arbitrating what the difference is between emerging and secure? 30 to 50, that's 20 months. That's a really kind of wide range, if you like, to then be thinking about as well. I don't think it's helpful. I think it succeeds, as Jill and Wendy were saying, in kind of creating some data to put on a spreadsheet, but it doesn't succeed in the human sphere of actually doing the best for the children that we come across. So I would suggest to reception teachers who are early adopters, think about a handful of things that are really important to a child's first days in reception, which I would suggest are their confidence, how well they manage the transition away from parent and into school, their communication. Are they understanding well? Are they communicating their ideas and their needs, or are they having difficulties in that area? Their physical development, are they moving around with ease? Are they interested in the physical challenges outdoors and indoors, or are they struggling with them? Are they managing self-care, or are they needing a lot of extra help? Those are the things that would really matter to me as a reception teacher, settling in and getting to know 30 new children. Again, going back to what Jill and Wendy said, I would want to be spending time getting to know those children and playing with them, doing things with them. And I wouldn't want some enormous tick list to complete about their learning and development across all the areas of the early years curriculum. Will that give you the sort of information that will show progress? You betcha it will, because that information about, for example, children's communication in the first few weeks in reception, that's going to give you a great starting point where we're going to really expect to see this child flourishing and communicating more and understanding more, talking in longer sentences, having longer conversations with people. Or if that isn't happening, we're going to be urgently finding out what extra help this child needs. Same with their physical development, same with their confidence. So it's giving you a useful but straightforward measure which allows you to show progress and doesn't tie people down unnecessarily in the early days, where really what they need to be doing is giving that extra bit of love and care and support to that little child who's coming to school for the first time.
And I would like to absolutely echo what you've said there, Julian, because certainly inspectors won't be going to schools asking how many months progress children have made, which group of children were at 30 to 50 months, which group of children were at 40 to 60 months, etc., etc. Inspectors are simply not interested in that. What inspectors will be interested in is, what do you expect children to learn while they are in reception? What is the reception curriculum in terms of language development, in terms of literacy, in terms of mathematics, in terms of physical development, in terms of knowledge and understanding of the world? And how does that prepare children for the national curriculum once they start in year one? So it's that curriculum knowledge that we would expect school teachers and practitioners to have, and then their understanding of where children are on that curriculum journey when they start with them. So for a child that is really shy and doesn't want to talk and feels very insecure, and you can see them clinging to the edge of a playground or the room, for those children, getting them to a point where you can actually work out what they can do and can't do will be your first and vital task. It is about getting children confident enough to be able to share what they can do and engage in a relationship with you as a teacher or as a practitioner. Big steps.
Yeah. And if it's okay, just to kind of add another thought there that Jill just prompted me to remember, it's that I think we all know of the game that's played, which is that the majority of children are below the expected level of development when they start reception. And that's the data that we're sort of under pressure to create when we're in a data-driven sector, so that we can show how effective our provision is. But of course, it can't be the case that in every single school, every neighbourhood around the country, all these children are below the expected levels of development. And it just quickly became a form of game playing. It was much more important, I think, to establish quite quickly, with a light touch, which children need a lot of extra support and nurture to have a successful experience of reception, and quickly give them, and if necessary their families, the early help that they need. To take a sensible look at how ready the children are to engage with the sort of curriculum you've set out for the reception year. And if the curriculum is out of line with the children that are coming through your door, then any sensible practitioner is going to revise it and make sure that the children are getting the types of experiences they need today, not to fill in a spreadsheet at the end of the month to present to somebody else. So a lot of this comes out of being responsible, I would say, as in our approach to children and families. And it comes out, it's important to emphasize the professional judgment and skill that we have in our practitioners and teachers across the country. We don't need to second guess that with rows and rows and rows of data about number of months of progress, which is frankly dodgy data.